Okay, if everyone could please start making their way to their seats, and we'll go ahead and get started with this evening's event. Okay, good evening and welcome to the Butler County Sports Hall of Fame banquet. My name is Sean Van Winkle. I have the honor and privilege to be the president of the Butler County Hall of Fame committee. The Hall of Fame is the longest running athletic Hall of Fame in the state of Ohio and one of the most prestigious in the Midwest area. If you look at the list of people that are in this Hall of Fame, it is an amazing, amazing list. At this time, I would like to introduce the Hall of Fame members that are here. If you could, please hold the applause to the end. These are the current members that are already in the Hall of Fame, and we've never done this in the past, so bear with me, but I feel like it's worth calling their names. So when I call your name, please stand, and then we'll do the applause at the end. Matt Armino, Dan Bowling, Wayne Bowling, Jack Bowie, Dave Churchman, Dutch Collins, Dennis Fleming, Jerry Gunderson, Coach Ray Hamilton, Eric Higgins, Bill Claymore, Fred McCollum, Chuck McKinney, right in the front, Myra Nuxall for Don Nuxall, Jill O'Hara for Jack Young, Darren Riemann, Joe Malacote for Dale Robertson, Bobby Simpson, Mike Townsend, Dean Wright, Ray Hamilton, Paul Fernandez, Jim Kernahan, Jake Richards, John Rossi, Jerry Weisgerber, Mark Mouse, Tracy Cornell, Larry Wood, and I'm sure I may have missed someone, and people that I called that aren't here, they said they were coming, but maybe they just didn't come. But if you could, please put your hands together for these current members. These current members are obviously part of a very prestigious Hall of Fame class. I'd also like to take this time to introduce the Hall of Fame committee and thank them for their dedication and efforts to allow such an amazing night. Ron Groh, treasurer, please stand. Aaron Blankenship, Joe Capolongo. Let's everybody say how happy Joe is right now with the Middletown Middies. The Middletown Middies playing in the regional football game. Jim Kernahan, Mark Kearns, Tracy Cornell, Jerry Lauer, Jake Richardson, John Rossi, Bill Stewart, Skip Weaver, Jerry Weisgerber, Matthew Wilhelm, Dick Wisman, and John Thomas, and our longest member of this committee, Mr. Larry Wood. Thank you so much to the committee. A couple other individuals we want to thank this evening is Matt Grimes from Grimes Photography, who's going to be taking pictures throughout the event. Chris Vogt from The Report, who did individual interviews with this year's class, and it'll be archived on The Report, plus we'll share it on our social media. And Mia Van Winkle and Liliana Wilhelm, who did the registration. Thank you so much to them. In your programs this year, we have a QR code page that will have, it's basically our Hall of Fame media guide. You'll be able to go to the media guide and look at different links throughout the evening if you want to, but also one of the links in there is our sponsor links. So if you click on the sponsor, it'll take you straight to their website. So it's kind of something special we did for the sponsors this year. And with that being said, I want to thank our sponsors. So our presenting sponsor is someone that everybody knows, is Mr. Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber is a player for the Phillies. If you look on the back of the program, it shows his accolades. And if everybody chips in about $50 a night, we can maybe get him to be a Cincinnati Red next year, probably more than that. But Kyle's been our presenting sponsor every year, and he's just an amazing person for doing that. Also, our sponsors, our VIP sponsors, is the Moats Group, Headline Sportswear, the Cohen Fund from Middletown Community Foundation, Bobby Simpson family, going with our table sponsors, the Richardson Firm, David and Mona Bond, Ross Athletic Boosters, Edgewood Athletic Department, Fairfield Athletic Boosters, Hamilton Athletic Boosters, Dennis Fleming, Molson Coors, Domino's Pizza, the Metro family, Kingsbury and Van Winkle families, the Jones, Grimes, Long, Snyder Insurance Company, Lakota East Athletic Boosters, Lakota West Athletic Boosters, Talawanda Athletic Boosters, Maternity Steel Services and Metal Services, Middletown Athletic Boosters, Monroe Athletic Boosters, Baden Athletic Department, Middletown Rising Stars, The Report, and then the Rawside Lanahan families in memory of Mr. John Butch Rawside. So thank you to all of our sponsors. The last thing before I turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies is I want to talk a little, just real quick about our Athletic Hall of Fame wall. In the past, the Athletic Hall of Fame for Butler County, the wall was at the municipal building in Hamilton. And it's really nice. It's carved, and it's a really beautiful wall. In looking at what Spooky Nook is doing with tournaments and so on and so forth, we moved the wall over to across the street at the athletic complex, where hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people can see that wall. So if you're ever at a tournament there, you see people kind of hovering and looking at the who's who of Butler County. So it's a real visible wall. The class of 2025 already has their plaque up on that wall. At this point in the evening, I want to turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Joe Pyfrin. It's a pleasure that Joe has been around Butler County sports his entire life. Joe has a long established ties in Butler County and connections with many sports athletic Hall of Fames, even the Butler County Sports Hall of Fame. Members who have been around Joe understand that Joe has a great personality, but he has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the Butler County sports. And without further ado, our Master of Ceremonies tonight, Mr. Joe Pyfrin.
You didn't leave the mic on, did you? Oh, thank you so much, Sean, for that introduction. I look back here at Matt Wilhelm. I'm here tonight only because of Matt Wilhelm. He stopped at the house and you started talking. And then he got around to, oh, by the way, would you consider being Master of Ceremonies at the Butler County Hall of Fame once again? And I said, oh, I'm getting old, and I don't know if I want to do that. And he said, oh, come on. He said, and this is what I remember the most. We can't find anybody else. So thanks again, Matt. I really appreciate it. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a gentleman who's been here a number of times, who's been the mayor of Hamilton for years and years, who's going to award the memorial scholarship that I'm sure you're all familiar with, Mr. Bill Moeller. Bill, where are you?
Right over here, sir.
That's Bill.
Well, good evening. Thank you for Butler County Sports Hall of Fame Committee and the sponsors for keeping my father Bill Moeller's memory alive, as well as the memory of Jerry Nardiello, his memory alive, by means of this Miami scholarship. This year's recipient is Kenneth Dougherty. He is a Miami senior, majoring in English, creative writing, and he is involved with all kinds of writing events, reading events, and film events at Miami University. His GPA is 3.6, and he's really appreciative. He sent a really nice letter to Mark Kearns and the committee. He hopes he makes positive change for others in the same manner Bill Moeller and Jerry Nardiello did. And he put that into the letter, and I'm just really impressed by that. Kenneth Dougherty is from Middletown, Ohio. And of course, he's the recipient this year. And as a Hamilton mayor, it's tough for me to say, but I'm proud to say, go Middletown Middies.
Bill, did you say you were proud to say or hard to say?
Proud right now.
Okay. It gives me a great deal of pleasure before we eat to introduce a gentleman who has been the leader of our invocation for a number of years, Mr. John Rossai.
Thank you. Before we pray, just want to welcome everybody once again to the Butler County Hall of Fame here 2025. Congratulate all the inductees. Want to talk a little bit about our leadership, over the years. This past year, Sean Van Winkle and John Thomas and Jake Richards have stepped up and just done a miraculous job of running our organization, and I think really they deserve a round of applause. Coming from the old days, like from when Larry Wood first started, if you know what I'm saying, old days, with Jack Gordon, Stu Eversole, we've had great leadership. Mark Kearns over the last few years. This organization, as Sean has said, is one of the longest running organizations, not only in the state of Ohio, but in the country. And everyone that becomes a member of this and that is a member should be extremely proud to walk away and call themselves part of the Butler County Sports Hall of Fame. Before we begin our blessing, I do want to take a moment of silence for all the members of the Butler County Sports Hall of Fame that are not with us at this moment. Okay, thank you. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather this evening to celebrate the accomplishments of this year's Hall of Fame inductees, we thank you for their dedication, teamwork, leadership, integrity that they have all demonstrated. As we approach this holiday season, we ask that you keep us all safe and prosperous during this time, and please pray and guide the less fortunate. Please bless this meal we're about to receive and enjoy, and help us to remember, Lord, that is our responsibility to use the divine gifts that you have given us to teach us what it means to be real winners in your eyes. In your name we pray.
At this time, we will start dinner. It'll be a captain's call, so they'll let you know when your table is going to be called. It's buffet style, so everyone on this side will utilize that buffet, and everyone on this side will utilize that buffet, and they'll come by and call your table when it's your turn. Thank you very much.
Tonight, we recognize the 43rd class of the Butler County Athletic Hall of Fame. I've been asked to remind each of the inductees, to limit your remarks to 35 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes. 35 is too long. This evening, we are recognizing 11 individuals whose skills, abilities, and contributions have helped enhance and add to the tradition of excellence exemplified in this county of champions. Our first inductee this evening was an outstanding athlete for Edgewood High School. Dave Bond was a four-sport athlete who competed in football, basketball, baseball, and track and field. He earned 9 varsity letters from 1974 through 1977. In football, Dave was a 3-year starter. He earned distinction as an All-Ohio, All-Southwest District, and All-Mid-Miami League first team, both his junior and senior seasons. In basketball, he was a 3-year starter and earned All-MML recognition. And in baseball, Dave was a 2-year starter for the Cougars. After Edgewood, Dave continued his athletic career at the University of Kentucky. He was a 3-year starter for Kentucky and was named Most Outstanding Lineman and was an All-SEC second team selection. Dave was an integral part of the University of Kentucky team to win the Southwestern Ohio Conference. Dave went on after high school and after Kentucky to be signed as a free agent with the Atlanta Falcons. Dave is a member of the Edgewood Hall of Fame, and tonight, because of his accomplishments and commitment to athletics and commitment to excellence, we recognize him and welcome him into the Butler County Athletic Hall of Fame, Mr. Dave Bond.
All righty, thank you all. First of all, would like to sincerely practices, all the while working shift work at the plant, switching shifts just to see me play, even if that meant working 2 to 3 shifts in a row. So can you imagine working 24 hours just to see your son play? But it was not a problem for my father. So lesson number 1, my parents taught me the value of work and work that results in a job well done. I had many inspirations in my life, but my great teammates and coaches are at the top. Edgewood was a consolidation of 7 Mile and Trenton students, where at one time we were fierce competitors. It was truly a Remember the Titans movie. Some of those outstanding players are here today, and I would like I'd like this table over here to stand up, and I'd like to recognize the guys that made me who I am today. I'm proud to be a part of the Edgewood football program and to have played with these teammates. It taught me so much in my playing days. And we actually put Edgewood High School athletics on the map in Southwest Ohio. One of the reasons we had such a great team was really due to our coach, Dale Robertson, the late, great coach Dale Robertson, who's not here, but his wife joined us, and I'd like to say thanks for attending. And to the athletes I played against in Butler County who pushed me to be my best. I'm a better person for it. The rivalries, the battles, the respect is what made those years so memorable. I love each one of these guys over here. Thankful that they were part of my life. Looking back, it still amazes me how we survived those long and tough practices that Coach Dale put us through. Together, we built a strong foundation for Edgewood football that has stood the test of time. So lesson number 2, no man stands alone. Working together for a common cause, a team can accomplish greatness. I was blessed to have played the greatest sport in America. I played at every level. I rode on the athletic bus for many years, played in some of the great stadiums in the Southeastern Conference, played against some of the greatest players that ever played the game. Reggie White at Tennessee, William the Fridge Perry, Clemson, E.J. Jr., Alabama, and Wilbur Marshall at Florida, and the list goes on. And then the bus took me to the NFL, which leads me to one of my last bus rides, was to Fulton County Stadium to play the Minnesota Vikings. When I got on the bus, I had an open seat next to me, and we're getting ready to pull out. And the bus stopped, and a gentleman got on, a little guy, couldn't weigh 160 pounds, about 5'9". I thought, well, one of the trainers missed their bus, and now he's riding on the players' bus going to the stadium. Comes down the row. I got an open seat. He asked to sit next to me. I said, sure, I'd love to sit you here. As we pulled out, I introduced myself, and in return, he says, Billy Johnson. He's Billy Johnson. I thought, Billy White Shoes Johnson? And then I asked him, I said, do you mean Billy White Shoes Johnson? He chuckled and confirmed, yes, he is Billy White Shoes Johnson. I profoundly and proudly announced to the entire bus that I was sitting next to Billy White Shoes Johnson. Billy had just been traded the day before by the Houston Oilers, and the Falcons picked him up. But what a thrill to be riding next to Billy Johnson. I don't know if you remember this. A lot of these old guys in here probably remember this, but Billy perfected the end zone dance. He was one of the great wide receivers and return specialists in the NFL. And it was one of my last bus rides, but certainly one of my most memorable. Not only was Billy a great player, he was also humble and gracious to me during that ride. A prolific career in the NFL, and then Billy, after he retired, went on to serve the Boys Club of America in Atlantic City. In closing, my greatest inspiration comes from my beautiful wife, who's there in that jersey, the Edgewood Cougar jersey, who she wanted to wear that jersey, I'm not sure, but she looks good in it, that's for sure. But Mona, I met Mona at UK. But when I took the field, she was running out before me. Her and 11 other cheerleaders. Little did I know my future wife would be Mona Wilson, the absolute most beautiful person, both inside and out, you'll ever meet. So lesson number 3, make sure you get on the right bus. It determines where you go and how far. The greatest lesson is an acknowledgement of my Savior Jesus Christ. The roads that he has put me on were certainly not easy ones in life's journey, but I thank him for every ride and the blessing of a great family, friends, teammates, coaches, and for a seat on the bus. God bless you all. What's that?
Watch out for that first step. Our next inductee is a graduate of Hamilton High School. Aaron Cook is noted as one of the best baseball players in the history of Big Blue. Aaron pitched for Hamilton in 1995, 96, and again in 97. He was named All Greater Miami Conference all 3 years. Aaron also earned the distinction of being named All Ohio First Team and the Gatorade Player of the Year in Ohio. Aaron was the important part of Hamilton's Division I State Baseball Championship team that was ranked number 2 nationally by USA Today. He holds the distinction of having the most career wins in the history of Big Blue. Aaron went on to play professionally for 11 years with the Colorado Rockies and the Boston Red Sox. He pitched Game 4 of the 2007 World Series and was the star pitcher in the 2008 All-Star Game. Aaron finished his professional career with 76 wins and more than 500 strikeouts. Aaron is a proud member of the Hamilton Big Blue Athletic Hall of Fame, and tonight, because of his desire, determination, and dedication to athletic excellence, we welcome him into the Butler County Hall of Fame. You wore number 11. I wore number 11. It's amazing, isn't it? He led the team in strikeouts. I led the team in strikeouts. He did it with his arm. I did it with the bat. I knew that commonality had to end someplace. The Ross Rams have had many outstanding athletes. Tonight, we recognize another. Emily Cooper Herman was a two-sport athlete at Ross who excelled in baseball and basketball. She was the first Ross athlete to be recognized as All-American in two sports. Emily was named All-Ohio second team in softball and honorable mention in basketball. In basketball, Emily was named All-Southwest District first team. She was also in All-Fort Ancient Valley Conference her junior and senior seasons. She's ranked third in Ross history, scoring 965 career points. She's ranked first at Ross in career three-pointers and a career three-point average. In baseball, Emily was named the most valuable player, both her junior and senior seasons. She was named All-Fort Ancient Valley Conference player her sophomore, junior, and senior seasons. She batted .450 and had over 55 stolen bases. Emily was an important part of teams that won 3 league championships, 2 district championships, and regional title. After graduation, Emily went to the University of Rio Grande, playing 4 years of basketball and 2 years of softball. She received all conference honors in both sports. She was also recognized as an NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete when she was at Rio Grande. Emily most recently has served as an assistant coach for state championship teams, both at Ross and Lakota West High Schools. And tonight, we welcome the Butler County Hall of Famer, Emily Cooper Herman.
Thank you to my many friends and family and coaches for being here tonight and making this such a special evening for me. Thank you to the Butler County Hall of Fame Committee for putting this wonderful event together and for nominating me. I want to start by explaining my 2 different personalities. I can be pretty reserved and quiet outside of sports, but when it comes to sports, I am very competitive. I probably learned these 2 different personalities from my parents. My dad taught me how to shoot a basketball and dribble one. He taught me how to swing a bat and throw a ball. You see, he was a college basketball coach for 27 years. What was his coaching style like? Well, it was very similar to that of Bobby Knight. Need I say more? My mom, on the other hand, actually feels sorry for the losing team, even if it's a team that I'm playing or coaching against. A few years ago, as I was coaching softball for Lakota West, our team was in the regional finals. Now, this is a pretty important game. It's the game you have to win to get to the state Final Four. We were winning 3-0 until the 7th inning when we gave up 2 runs and made the game very interesting. And this is what my mom had to say after the game. I'm glad your team won, but I'm also glad the other team scored some runs. They were down the whole game, and it was nice to see them have a little hope in the end. So you see, I get these two personalities pretty honest. I want to thank my high school basketball coach, Coach Bob Ward. He put our team in position to succeed. We did not have a lot of height on our team. In fact, when I was in college talking to my teammates, I remember telling them, when I played in high school, when the little ones came in, I had to play down low on the zone. And they looked at me very confused. And I said, yes, there were two girls shorter than me on my high school basketball team. But Coach Ward saw that we were quick and athletic and aggressive. He gave us free rein to play quickly and taught us a lot of presses. He gave me personally a lot of freedom to learn and grow from my mistakes and instilled a lot of confidence in me. Now, basketball was pretty much the only sport I played when I was younger, and it must have been my competitive spirit on the basketball court that caught the eye of Coach Fernandez and Coach Kernahan, my two high school softball coaches. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, Coach Fernandez was also the gym teacher, and I would cut through the gym to get from one class to the other. And he started asking and then progressed to harassing me about playing softball. I said, no, I've never played softball before, just basketball. Well, that didn't stop these two. They came and pulled me out of one of my classes, pulled me into the hallway and said, listen, you need to play softball. We will teach you everything you need to know. And that's exactly what they did. They turned me around to the left-handed side, used my speed and quickness, taught me how to slap and drag bunt, how to steal bases, and taught me an awful lot about the game of softball. But I am thankful that I had coaches in high school that taught me so much more than basketball or softball. They taught me what it was like to play for the other people on my team, what it was like to be a part of an extended family. I recall my coaches telling me, you will not remember the scores or the records or the stats, but you will remember your teammates, your family, and your coaches. And when I look back on my playing days, that's exactly what I remember. Memories made with teammates, friends, managers who were my best friends, coaches, and family. That's what made it truly special. All these years later, I found a word that really captures what it means to be a part of a real team. I learned this word from Patrick Murphy, the Alabama softball coach, and the word is mudita. Mudita means being happy for somebody else's success. I had a very vivid memory of this happening in high school. My freshman year, one of my other best friends, Sarah Criswell, and I both tried out for the softball team. On the day that the teams were posted, I wasn't at school because I was sick. She called me that day from the school payphone. Yes, this was well before cell phones. But she called to tell me that I made the team. My name was on the list, and she was really excited for me. I said, Sarah, did you make the team? She said, no, I didn't. But when I saw your name on the list, I wanted to call and tell you because I was so happy for you. I've been so fortunate in my life to have people that have cultivated an atmosphere of mudita, people who have inspired and encouraged me to be more than I ever thought that I could be in sports and in life. So thank you, Mr. Ward, Mr. Kernahan, Mr. Fernandez, for providing an atmosphere that was so much more than sports. Thank you to my teammates for helping me make memories of a lifetime. Thank you to my friends, those of you who were there for me in high school, and those of you that I met many years later after my playing days. Thank you for cheering me on today and in life. Thank you to my family for going to all those games. My mom, my stepdad, my brother, who was my #1 fan, my grandparents on both sides of the family, aunts, uncles, and cousins. Thank you for being happy for my success. And last but not least, thank you to my husband, Mark. He's always in my corner, always proud of me, and always believes in me. So I encourage all of you, inspire mudita as you work, in your circle of friends, and at home with your family. Inspire others by being happy for their success. And just like me, you will see them achieve more than they ever thought or imagined. Thank you.
And the second step. It's a little bit worse than the first. Our next inductee
custodians, maintenance personnel, fans. But most, very important of all, is your players. The players are the heart of it all. What makes players special? I always try to adopt a few of these things with many others, obviously, but for time's sake, and it's been mentioned here with the other inductees, you have to have the mindset of we over me. TEAM. Together, everyone always accomplishes more. Always be the most prepared. You've heard it said, everyone wants to win, but who's willing to prepare to win? Be more than a player. Players are a dime a dozen. We've all had them. But what's really special is the players who are competitors. Always looking to take things to the next level, regardless of what it is. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Dream big, plan small, and pay great attention to detail. So for all the players that I've coached, I received this Butler County Sports Hall of Fame induction on your shoulders. I wish I could take this plaque and cut it into 1,000 pieces and give to every one of the players. This is on your behalf that I accept this honor. I will forever be filled with gratefulness and gratitude. Also, congratulations to fellow Mitty Dwight Smith and all the other inductees here tonight. And a very special thanks to the Butler County Sports Hall of Fame Committee. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Way back in the 50s, as most valuable player. After graduation from Trenton, Larry continued his athletic career in Eastern Illinois and Union College. As a basketball standout, he started as a freshman and was recognized as Outstanding College Athlete of America by the Collegiate College Association. Larry's been selected as a member of the Edgewood Hall of Fame And tonight, because of his success and his athletic perseverance, we welcome Larry Million into the Butler County Athletic Hall of Fame.
Hey, everybody. Bathroom break or anything, you know? I just got a few people here to recognize and thanks for my career, starting out with John Thomas, Sean, and the board for giving me this award tonight. I'm very honored to be here. I want to say thanks to God and my mom, brothers and sisters who put up with me back in the day and supported me, to my daughter and grandson and friends who are here supporting me tonight. Golly, a lot of memories back in the day. I want to go ahead and just thanks the people that helped me get where I'm at. And start with my high school teammates and my coaches. I wouldn't be here today without them. There's no doubt. And then the thanks to the cheerleaders, student body, the people of the city of Trenton for supporting us and cheering us on. And God bless Trenton High School. A lot of memories. Also, I want to thanks a special thanks to a guy, Ron Cash. Ron Cash had a 5th and 6th grade basketball program back in the day, got me started, taught me fundamentals. Another reason why I'm here. And then I want to do a shout out to my college coaches and my college teammates because of the awards I won at that time. One of the special ones that he announced was with America. And then last but not least, I want to congratulate all those here being inducted. The other thing I wanted to say was if you've got kids or grandkids these days, because we didn't have it back then, but the phones, sitting in their room, playing video games, get them out and kick a ball, pass a ball, shoot a ball, get them out. Thank you.
Yeah, don't dunk this on me.
Right way.
I can hear you off in the distance. For those of you that wonder what I'm talking about, this lady up here at this table, she keeps hoping I fall down. Well, I'm not going to, I hope. In October of 2000, I had the opportunity of introducing this next inductee into the Talawanda Athletic Hall of Fame. And tonight, I am once again pleased and proud to introduce Karen Rail, Talawanda's first great Championship cross-country team. In 1986, Karen became the youngest woman to qualify for the Olympic marathon trials. And in 1987, Karen was selected as an all-academic All-American. Karen went on to represent the United States in the marathon and the World's University Games in 1989. She has remained active in competition, competing in 3 World's Championships in Vietnam and Canada and Malaysia. Tonight, because of her many successes and her dedication to sporting excellence, we welcome Karen Rail into the Butler County Athletic Hall of Fame. Karen.
I know you're shocked because you think I'm going to try to sell you more raffle tickets. That is not the case. And clearly I'm not Karen Rail. Okay, so for the next 3 minutes, I want you to picture a true badass of her sport. As I share with you, I have the great privilege of sharing with you Karen Rail's acceptance speech for tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this evening finds you well. I have to admit, I don't think I have ever been asked to make an acceptance speech, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to say. It's been 40 years or more since some of the exploits that got me into this Hall of Fame. When I look at my running watch, if I have the pace function on, I've got one on here, I can't fathom that same body I'm now in once ran at a 5-minute mile pace. My steps are slower, there's gray in my ponytail, and I'm somehow in an age group that I once thought of as old ladies. My solution? Well, turn off the pace watch and carry on. I am fortunate that my sport, or sports, if you count swimming, which I did as a child and high schooler, and triathlon, which I took up in my 40s, allows for an athletic life far beyond high school and college. I feel so blessed to have been given a solid start in lifelong sport by the many local runners and events in Oxford, my swim team and coaches, Talawanda High School, and especially my cross-country coach, Dale Plank. While endurance sport is a largely solo undertaking, few are able to succeed without the support of coaches, family, friends, teammates, and community. So I'd like to recognize those who provided that to me and who have supported and continued to support other young athletes who came after me. I was frankly surprised to be nominated for this Hall of Fame, as I had not been back to the Midwest for many years, having spent much of my career teaching overseas before settling in Oregon, where I now teach grades 4 and 5. My mother and I traveled back to the Midwest for the first time in 30 years this past summer. The trip brought back many memories of the challenges and triumphs that we shared as a family, including events like my state championship, first marathon, and running in the Olympic trials and World University Games marathons. But life goes on, not always as we envisioned it. I never made the Olympics or became a college star or set the world on fire in marathoning or triathlon or anything else. But I've done my best to give back by pushing my students and athletes to do their best, set high goals, chase them with consistency and patience, and seek new challenges beyond their comfort zones. One of my favorite role models is American distance runner Kathrine Switzer, perhaps best known for being the first woman to officially finish the Boston Marathon. She has spent her life fighting for women's equality around the globe in distance running and other areas. I first learned of her when I was in high school and pushing for the inclusion of the girls' 2-mile in track. It was offered only for boys during my freshman and sophomore years. She inspired my 2-year, one-girl track boycott protest, and I continue years later to think of her words, which I often repeat to my students. Life is for participating, not spectating. I hope that if nothing else, maybe my accomplishments and work with young people have inspired some others to get out there and participate. On behalf of Karen Rail, thank you very much.
I didn't fall. You know, as an old coach, sometimes moms and dads and fellow coaches will come up and say, well, what do you think is the most demanding sport? High school sport. More than all the rest. And I apologize ahead of time to some of you, but I've always thought it was cross country. Because you're out there all by yourself. There's nobody. Yep. Walked out to the end of the sidewalk, to the mailbox, and back home. And she did that for weeks. I was so proud of her. Then she walked down to the end of the block and back home. And for weeks she walked, and she came all the way back home. You wonder what about the cross country? Boy, she was scaring me. 90 years old, 91 years old. And after a few months, what seemed like a few months, she walked all the way to the end of the block. All the way to the end of the block. I was so happy with it. She came back. She walked to the end of the block and back. And then she walked across the street. And I asked her once, I said, what do you walk around the block and then you cross the street? She said, I get a different perspective when she would walk across the street. She got up to a mile. Older lady. Gosh, I was so proud of her. Cross country. She'd be 93 years old today. We don't know where in the hell she is. She's out there walking someplace. You can't miss her. She got her hat on backwards. Middletown High School has been the home of many outstanding athletes over the years. Tonight, we recognize another who has added to the legacy of the Middies. Dwight Smith was an outstanding three-sport athlete who excelled in football, basketball, and track and field. In football, Dwight was a two-way starter at tailback and defensive end. Figure that one. He was named All Greater Miami Conference first team in 1983 and again in 1984. Dwight was first team All Southwestern Ohio in 1983 and again in 1984, and All Ohio in 83 and 84. In basketball, Dwight was an integral player who helped the Middies to the state finals, semifinals in the 82 and 83 season, and in 1983-84, Dwight led Middletown to the district finals. Dwight also distinguished himself with the Middletown track and field team for 4 years. And after graduation, Dwight went on to the Ohio State University and played on 2 Big Ten championship teams. This 4-year varsity award winner finished his senior season leading the Buckeyes with three interceptions. Dwight has continued his love of athletics and athletes, coaching at Middletown, and was inducted into the Middletown Athletic Hall of Fame. And tonight, because of his success and his devotion to athletic excellence, we proudly welcome Dwight Smith into the Butler County Athletic Hall of Fame. Dwight Smith.
Let's see where we at with this. OH. OH. Sir, yes, sir. There we go. I want to give a shout out to the Middletown back there, Joe, and the Middletown Midi football team, and everybody back there. I want to give a special thanks to Coach Kearns. He's been my inspiration. He's been there with me the whole time. I have a table full of family and friends back there, neighbors. I want to say thank you for all you guys' support and everything. This is without a doubt best honor I ever got. I just want to say thank you. All right, I'll get emotional up here, so I'm going to cut it short and keep it sweet, okay? But thank you guys. Thank you to the committee and everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Even Dwight said, watch that step. The history and legendary because of our next inductee. Marissa Steen helped lead the Lakota West girls golf team to 4 straight qualifying seasons, which included the first and only Division I state championship in 2006. As a junior that year, Marissa finished in the top 10 individually. She was an integral player, helping Lakota West finish 4th in 2004 and 6th in the state in 2005, and once again finishing 3rd in the state in 2007. In her 4 years, the Firebirds as a team were 55-0 in head-to-head matches. The golf team was a 3-time Greater Miami League Conference champion. Individually, Marissa was the first female athlete in Lakota history to record an 18-hole subpar round. She also won the Ohio Junior Classics and the Ohio Junior Girls Tournament. After high school, Marissa played for 4 years at the University of Memphis. She earned Conference Player of the Week honors on 5 different occasions. She had 15 top 5 finishes, 21 top 10 finishes, and 27 top 20 finishes. She was also a medalist in 6 collegiate tournaments. Professionally, Marissa tied for 10th in the 2021 British Open, finished in the top 10 in 3 LPGA tours, and 10 in 23 Epson tours. In 2014, she was named Epson Player of the Year and had 3 wins on the National Women's Golf Association Tour. Marissa has been inducted into the Lakota Athletic Hall of Fame and the University of Memphis Hall of Fame. And tonight, because of her many accomplishments and her commitment to athletic excellence, we welcome Marissa Steens into the Butler County Athletic Hall of Fame.
Hello, everyone. I will say if there would be anyone to trip on the steps, it would be me. So I made it. I'm half the way there. First of all, I would like to thank the committee for this wonderful honor. I am so humbled and very, very grateful. I've always had a really strong sense of community, so this honor in my hometown is pretty awesome. I'd like to thank Tracy Cornell and Jerry Weisgerber. They've always been huge advocates for me and were great when I was at Lakota West, and were very supportive for all students and athletes at our time. And when I look back, my time at Lakota West was some of the best 4 years of my life, honestly. It was a great sense of community. The girls I played golf with were all still best friends to this day. And that state championship team going undefeated in 2006, we won everything that year. We won every tournament, won every match, and then ultimately the state title. So that's still one of the best memories of my golf career. And, getting that community and, togetherness we had, even though golf is an individual sport a lot of times, those girls really pushed me to get better. I would like to thank my parents, Todd and Kathy. They were both here tonight. They instilled hard work and dedication in both my sister and myself from a very young age, and always told us that the sky's the limit and you can do anything that you put your mind to. And so thank you for always holding us to a high standard and making sure that we showed up and put in the work. My grandmother's here. She's 98 and still rocking. And then my boyfriend Justin is here as well, and he's been super supportive for the last 7 years we've been together. So thank you for everything. Our high school golf coach Tim Lambert, and also my swing instructor, pretty much throughout my entire golf career. I started taking golf lessons from him when I was in 8th grade, and he's been with me every step of the way. Always believed in me. Always told me to really believe in myself and trust my game and trust all the time and effort that I put in. So I definitely wouldn't be here without Tim's support through all the years. And then John and Ann Turner, great family friends. John saw potential in me when I was in high school and started caddying for me here and there, started helping me with my short game. Both he and Ann and their entire family have been super supportive. John caddied for me on tour for about 10 years. And those were some really great memories, and really thankful for all of the sacrifices that the Turners have made for me to help me get to where I am today. And then Bruce and Bill, two good friends from Shaker Run Golf Club, that have become good friends and mentors and just have taken me under their wing. So I really appreciate all of your guys' support as well. So I thank you everybody for being here. And again, just when it comes back to community, and I wouldn't be here without the people that took me under their wing. And I really hope for me, if I can just be an inspiration for younger golfers, younger athletes as a if you put your mind to it, you can achieve it. And I tell young golfers all the time, if I can make it on the professional tour, you can do it too. But there's going to be a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work. But again, sky's the limit if you really put your mind to it and put in the time. So again, thank you to the committee again. Very humbled, very appreciative, and congratulations to all the other inductees tonight. Well, awesome. Thank you so much.
It's okay. Last one. You happy about that? I am too. I'll bet most of it. Are embedded in our being. This next inductee not only starred as a player, but has also excelled as a coach. Brian Treadway was a state champion baseball player for Baden High School. He played for the Rams from 1995 through 1997, winning the state championship in 1996. Brian was selected to the Greater Catholic League first team in 1996 and again in 1997. He was also named first team All-Cincinnati both years. Brian was also named All-Ohio in 1997. And after high school, he went on to play for the University of North Carolina, where he was named Freshman All-American. He was also named Conference USA All-Freshman Team and the Conference USA All-Tournament Team in 1998. In 2000, Brian was USA First Team Selection and All-American. Brian continued professionally and in 1999 was named Cape Cod League All-Star Player and Most Valuable Player. He was drafted by the San Francisco Giants and played in their minor league system. He was named the San Jose Giants Pitcher of the Year in 2003. Brian returned to Baden High School and has coached for the Rams and has coached the Rams to 2 state runner-ups and 6 state Final Four appearances. He has been the head coach at baseball as a coach of the Rams since 2012. And in that time has accumulated a 301 and 104 record. Brian has been named Greater Catholic League Coach of the Year on 7 occasions. And in 2023, he was selected State of Ohio Coach of the Year. And tonight, because of his successes as a player and a coach and his dedication to athletic excellence, we welcome Brian Treadway into the Butler County Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Hey, full disclosure, if I was sitting out there and wondering why everybody keeps talking about these stairs, I would want to know. We were warned at least 50 times that the stairs are too high and you're probably going to trip. So they've caused a lot of anxiety up here. I want to thank the Butler County Hall of Fame. Ray Hamilton called me. I very much appreciated his phone call and congratulated me. And we were talking about just how loaded this Butler County Hall of Fame is and what an honor it is. Butler County has been and still is loaded with talent. Sports are a major part of our culture here in Butler County and in Southwest Ohio. I want to congratulate everybody, especially my old friend Aaron Cook. Aaron Cook and I were on the Westside Little League All-Star team. And in that year that we were 12-year-old All-Stars, Westside Little League made their first appearance at Williamsport. They've gone on to do it 3 or 4 more times. You know what's funny is that Aaron and I were not on that team. Westside Little League was a lot bigger back then, and they had 2 teams, and Aaron and I lost. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, Coach Weisgerber is one of those people. We all have those people on our phone that when the phone rings, you answer no matter what. Coach Weisgerber called me to share this great honor of being inducted, and I really appreciate that. Couldn't find a more fitting person. He was the dean of students at Baden when I was there. He and I got to know each other a lot, and it wasn't because I was smart. But more than anything tonight, and having this opportunity, I'm glad I get to share this evening with my family and get the opportunity to publicly thank some people. As you said, coaches have a lot of power. They have the power to make an impact on players. Some can be positive, some can be negative, but coaches no doubt have an impact on young people. I'm so glad that Gary Cook is here. He was my Little League All-Star coach for 4 years. When I reflect on my time with him, all I can think of is just pure joy and fun. We had a lot of fun, and I think that's what really led me to continue my passion for this game. My coaches in high school were Rick Kunkel, Mark Mouse, Mike McGuff. Those men taught me discipline. They taught me what it looks like to be all in. They taught me what it looks like to be held accountable, and they prepared me for anything that would come my way, whether it was college sports, professional sports, or just life. And of course, I want to thank my mom and dad. My dad is the greatest teacher of the game of baseball I've ever known. He's so good at seeing everything, explaining all the things going on during every pitch. Anyone that says baseball is boring needs to watch a game with Roger Treadway. I am so grateful that I get to share our passion for the game of baseball together. And of course, like all the other inductees, I have to thank God. Thank you, God, for giving me the ability to throw a baseball really hard. And thank you, God, for not letting me throw like my mom. My mom would always get out there with us when we were practicing baseball. It would always end up taking a lot of grief over how she could throw a baseball. We all have our gifts, and that was not one of hers. But when I reflect on being a kid and practicing at home, it's hard not to remember her being out there with us. My mom and dad were the best sports parents. They cheered for the team, never made a scene, never shouted instructions from the stands, and they were always there to pick me up when things didn't go our way. More than anything, they were always there. They were always encouraging. I can't think of one negative moment between us and my sports journey. Julie, Brooks, Ava, Maddie, and Boone, that's my family. I just want to publicly thank you for allowing me to coach high school baseball. Success doesn't happen on accident. It takes a lot of hard work, takes a lot of time. I've spent a lot of time away from you guys trying to make our Baden baseball team the best it can be. And I have never once felt anything but love and encouragement from you guys. I've missed a lot of your guys' games, but have never felt anything but genuine support from you. And as a family, we have always been all in on each other, and I just want to thank you. I'd love to thank all my former players. It's an honor to get to coach Baden baseball players. We ask a lot of them. 99.9% of them give us everything they have. Coaching is somewhat of a thankless job, but seeing the success that these guys go on to have in life, personally, is all I need. Some of my favorite moments are catching up with these former players at weddings and just rehashing our time together. I would love to thank all my coaches. We have 14 coaches on staff at Baden in our baseball program. Most of these guys have been on staff for my entire tenure as head coach. These guys don't do it for the money, but they do it for the love of the game, love for Baden baseball, and a yearly sweatshirt and hat if they're lucky. These guys are truly all in, and I'm so proud to coach alongside of them. I want to thank Baden High School and all my friends from Baden that are here. Baden's a great place to work and coach. I want to thank my athletic director, Jeff Melzer. He's the only athletic director I've ever had. I think he's awesome. First day on the job, he asked me, what do you need? And from that day on, he's pretty much given it to us. I'd like to point out to Jeff that Moats is a premier sponsor of this Butler County Hall of Fame. And if you don't know, Moats does turf fields, and I'd love to give them our business, Jeff. So don't start saying no now. Aaron Cook Field, what do you think? Finally, to my wife, Julie, you've been with me through it all. You've seen me at my best and supported me at my worst. And I'm so grateful that God put you in my life. I'm so proud of the family we have built and the kids that we are raising. And I just want to thank you again. It's a true honor. Thank you.
I tell you, every time that damn step, I mean, it's legitimate. Surprise again, I'm not Karen Rail, but I am now again the guy that was selling raffle tickets out there, and so we're now going to award those prizes. So our first raffle item is actually a green iPhone that was left in the bathroom. I'll get it to you. You don't have to come up. I'll get it to you. And I won't even call a ticket, so it's coming to you. All right, now, so we've got 2 raffle items, and all proceeds will go back to the Butler County Sports Hall of Fame to support this event primarily. We have the helmet, the Ohio State Buckeyes helmet, signed by Urban Meyer, and then we have the game-used bat, signed by Kyle Schwarber. Okay, and we do have a number of tickets here to draw from. First come, first winner, first pick. Okay, that's how we're rolling tonight. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake them up. And trust me, I've been shaking these all night long. And I'm going to have my dear friend Matt Wilhelm